What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, if so, to another market update video here at Benefit Central. I'm Benjamin, and today Bitcoin in the S&P charts. But before I get right into the market, please leave a like, drop a comment, and if you could subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. But jumping right into the markets, everybody, looking right at Bitcoin. Well, actually, before I get into Bitcoin, let's take a look at the S&P 500. I do have a little bit of news on that. First off, on this week that we have coming, word on the street is gas has gotten cheaper. I've gotten to the pump myself, and it's been a bit cheaper. I believe as low as $4.17 in some parts of Florida. But unfortunately, this week, Wednesday, I believe July 13th, that we should have inflation reports come out, and that they are expected to be around 8.6%. So that should tank, not even tank, that should lower the markets a bit more. So we do have to be cautious about this week, trading further into the markets. However, looking right at the charts on the monthly for the S&P 500, we still have yet to close above our 39.51 level. I did put it up a little bit higher. I believe it was 47. It's 51 now. This is setting up for a GBI, so depending on how this month closes, we could see this set up for another leg down to our indicator around 34.73. But looking in on the weekly, our RBI did fail. However, it is holding support. It hasn't, for the weekly, it really hasn't done anything too massive. The weekly did just start, so we can see a leg down to form a GBI, or this can still be an RBI still in formation, blue, red, blue. It just needs a bit more time with it. We just started, so we could see this later in the week. This, depending on how the reports come on Wednesday, we could see that this pushes through and touches the indicator above here, which could be around 41.36, or we could see that this that it releases bad, and we do have higher rates above 8.6%, and probably around 9 or 10%. We could see that this would be a GBI as well for the monthly, and we could see this touch around 36.37, or even possibly our 200 indicator, which is below 3600. I think it's right under it, 35.28. But looking in on the daily, we are still finding resistance right around 39.51, running out of strength around there like we did right here. We made a doji candle. So there's not really a lot of strength right now from our support, our resistant levels. We don't have enough bullish momentum to push through them. However, we did make a lower high, so that is good. That is bullish. If we can make another lower high, at least closing above our red indicator, that could still give us bullish momentum to close, bullish. But it would give us momentum to eventually end up having these indicators cross, which would be a bullish signal. Looking in, I do go into the 4 hour just to see the trades that are lining up. This is why I do this. This does look a bit bullish temporarily for the 4 hour, so short term, just because of this right here. This could be a bull 180, a double bottom as well. Bullish momentum, bearish came in, tried to sell it. Bulls came back, matched the energy, and depending on what this does, if it closes above the red indicator or if it comes back down. If it comes back down, it'll be bearish. If it stays above this and tries to push up, it could touch the 200. Especially the way that these indicators are moving, this could move and squeeze so that we push bullish temporarily, or even could be the pathway for the leading daily, weekly, and monthlies, honestly. Just depending on how they would close with the momentum if we were to push up forward. But jumping into Bitcoin real quick, everyone. 4 hour, it's honestly looking the same for Bitcoin. We do have a bit of an RBI trying to form under resistance. However, the indicators are a bit more aggressive on Bitcoin. We wouldn't make it up too far. We would probably see resistance around 21,143. Our indicator is there as well as our 200 that is trying to push this down. Remember, ever since we've come in contact with the 200, it has pushed us down. So until we can get above it, realistically, bullish momentum isn't going to be too dominant right now until we can. If the S&P can push up, maybe we get enough momentum to where we can push above this. But looking in on the daily, As long as we can close above and hold this support, we should remain bullish. This is 20,500, and it's our red indicator. Again, like I said, for the S&P, if we can hold this and eventually just consolidate a bit more or push up, we could get this red indicator to cross over the blue, giving more bullish momentum, as well as closing and breaking these levels. 21,143 and 22,500 would show that we are more bullish as well. But looking in on the weekly, as long as the weekly shows resistance from the 21,143 and comes down, we still have that GBI as a threat. However, we can come through because our new weekly just started. We have enough room now to either push through our 21,143 and contact 22,500, 22,500 again, like we have, a few times. We missed it this time, but we got it this time and this time. We could see rejection or we could see breakage depending on momentum and how heavy the momentum is. Although I do fear rejection this time, depending on just how we break and close. That's just what it'll tell us later in the week. However, right as of currently, we are rejecting. It is Monday, so we could see what happens later on throughout the week. But we could see a low if it does break. If it does break our wick of 18, okay, so we'll say 18,500 like I said in the last video, then we should expect the 17,500 level. And if broken, then we should expect 16,500 level. And if that is broken, then we're headed to the 12s. But that's our last little bit of support that could hold Bitcoin, just because we're in this descending channel, and each time we've hit it, we have bounced up. Each time we've hit the ceiling, we've gone down. So we're on the floor, depending on what it wants to do this week, what it ends up doing, and closing behind or above would show realistically which way we're headed. But however, looking at the month, we are forming just a perfect square. So it just really it depends on how we're halfway through this month. So it really just depends, or almost halfway. Really just depends on how we close here. I am currently still in my trade. I won't close it until this daily decides to close below our red indicator. Right now, as of right now, I have the red indicator just holding that. I was going to get out because we closed below 21,143 and then tapped it and came back down. However, my last support before I close this trade would be the red indicator, just because anything is possible in the crypto market. You have to be ready for A, do A, if B, do B. Otherwise, everyone, that was another quick market update video here for you guys. If you guys could, please leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.